Hey guys, we're back with a little bit of holiday cheer in the form of one of my favorite subjectively traditions, festive Pokemon forms. We started making these videos back when we were just averaging about 100 views per upload, and at the beginning it was really more of something that we enjoyed doing just for our own sakes. Now, while I don't have the rest of the Subjectively crew with me here today to help me come up with ideas, I would like to take this opportunity to extend an invitation to all of you to join in on the fun. If you remember the Holo Pokemon videos we made back in October, you probably already have a pretty good idea of what it is that we'll be doing today. Basically, I'll be taking 3 pre-existing Pokemon and redesigning them with a fun, holiday-themed twist. Then, like with the Holo Pokemon videos, I'll be asking you guys to contribute some of your ideas and designs in the Subjectively Discord for a chance to be featured in a fan submission video for the end of the month. Remember, everyone celebrates the holiday season differently, and it's important to be respectful of all faiths, cultures, and traditions. I would love to see a real range in your designs, and a level of diversity and representation that will make everyone feel included in our tradition. These designs don't even have to be centered around any sort of religious holiday. They can be based off of myths, legends, or simply something that you associate with this time of year. The main goal here is to get excited about the festivities of the season, and to create something that will invoke the same feelings in others. With that said, I would like to share with you the first 3 designs that I came up with to kick off our Festive Pokemon 2020 celebration. Starting with a Pokemon that I would argue does not get nearly enough appreciation for its design, Baltoi. This Gen 3 Pokemon was originally based off of the Dogu clay dolls of ancient Japan. Sometimes called spaceman figures, there are some who believe that the people who first created these sculptures were depicting images of alien visitors who had perhaps spent some time on Earth many centuries ago. Simplified and combined with a traditional clay top, Baltoi is another great example of a little guy design that we were discussing in the previous video. Now, for me, Baltoi seemed like the perfect candidate to receive a festive form. Seeing as it was already an ancient clay top, it was only a few steps away from becoming a dreidel Pokemon. For those of you who may not know, dreidels are 4-sided spinning tops played during the Jewish holiday of Hanukkah. Their origin has roots dating back thousands of years, but to this day they are still made, sold, and enjoyed by both children and adults. My festive Baltoi would be fairly similar to its original form. I tweaked its body so that it would have more of a geometric form to it, allowing for the 4 sides present on every dreidel. I also played with the markings and forms around the Pokemon's eyes, as well as elongated the spike on its head to simulate the handle of the top. Finally, I painted on the Hebrew symbols indicating the different sides of the toy. Baltoi, the clay top Pokemon. Baltoi have been part of people's holidays traditions for millennia. In their festive form, these Pokemon sport 4 unique symbols on each side of their carved bodies. Children have developed a game that revolves around these markings, and take turns spinning Baltoi to determine the winner. The Pokemon seems to enjoy this immensely, and even after the game is completed, it will continue spinning itself for its own amusement. I based this next festive form off of a holiday myth that I had never heard of before, until a few people on Instagram brought it to my attention. Apparently, in Icelandic folklore, there is a holiday fable that features an enormous, bloodthirsty feline known as the Yule Cat. In these stories, the cat is said to be owned by a giantess called Grilla, and prowls the frozen night in search of anyone who has not received new clothes before Christmas Eve. Then, of course, once it finds them, it will give them clothes so they won't get cold. Cute, right? No, just kidding, it eats them. So there you go, kids. If you're poor and/or if no one loves you, a giant cat will hunt you down and eat you on Christmas Eve. Festive, right? How morbid that all is aside, I thought maybe I could reappropriate that gruesome story into something a little bit more cheerful, or at least something that involves less eating of people. I, for one, am a big fan of Meowth getting 2 regional variants 2 generations in a row, and personally hope it gets more. For now, though, I thought I would take it upon myself to give it its own festive form for this holiday season, based off of the Yule Cat. Now, as far as the imagery of the Yule Cat is concerned, there are a lot of different interpretations of the myth. Some consistencies include dark, long fur, sharp teeth, big yellow eyes, and a cute little red ribbon around its neck. I simplified these features and tied them all into Meowth's existing design. I kept the dark fur and added in some white markings to simultaneously allude to snow and to pay tribute to my mom's cat Remus. I rendered the teeth, claws, and coin as if they were made out of solid ice. I wanted to make it dark and ice type initially, but seeing as Alolan Meowth is already dark, I'll just make Festive Meowth pure ice. Meowth, the Yuletide Pokemon. In the barren tundras of the far north, Meowth have adapted to a very unforgiving lifestyle. In order to survive, they seek shelter in the homes of the people who share their land. Locals know not to get too comfortable with the Pokemon, however, for they know that the Meowth have a penchant for stealing clothes or any other fabric that can keep them warm. If they abscond with their quarry, the Meowth will bring them back to their dens, where the most successful of their kind will have stashed enormous mounds of coats, blankets, and other such treasures. Finally, we have come to my most indulgent design of this video. I always like to pick out something that's really just for me, and today that Pokemon will be Toxicity. Now, I didn't have a super solid idea for what a festive Toxicity would look like going into this video, but I knew that I wanted it to have something to do with holiday lights. My favorite part of this time of year is seeing all of the twinkling decorations around the neighborhood, and decorating my own home with lights, tinsels, and ornaments. A Toxicity that sparkled like a Christmas tree and blasted its own mix of holiday tunes would be an ideal holiday partner in my opinion, and so I set to work modifying a third form for this already dual-spec'd Pokemon. I don't really have any concrete mechanic for how to obtain festive Pokemon like I did with the hollowed forms, but I will say that I think festive Toxicity must be evolved from a jolly-natured Toxel. So it's official. From now on, any Jolly Toxel will no longer evolve into an amped form, it will now only evolve into its festive form. I kept the modifications pretty simple on this festive form. My main goal was to shape its electric crest into a star-shaped pattern that faced outwards instead of running along the head like a mohawk. I also tweaked the cranial structures to make them look more like earmuffs. I replaced the spikes on its wrists and the back with more string-light bulbs, and changed the guitar strings on the Pokemon's chest into a diagonal form. In its low-key form, Toxicity has 4 chest thingies, equal to the amount of strings on a bass guitar, where in its amped form it has 6, like on an electric guitar. On the festive form, I aligned them diagonally like a harp, but kept it at 4, because a harp has like 47 strings, and it's not gonna work. I changed up the color scheme completely, and went for a traditional Christmas tree palette. This design by far is the most indulgent of the 3, but it makes me really happy just to look at it, and it puts me in the holiday mood. Toxicity, the Carol Pokemon. When a specifically natured Toxel evolves, it takes on a unique festive form. Entirely different from its amped and low-key counterpart, this form produces a wide range of music, but more than anything, it enjoys making others excited. By evaluating its audience, Toxicity can modify the sounds it makes with its chest to mimic the sounds of a harp, guitar, or even a soft piano. During its performances, the Pokemon's body will glow with multicolored lights, and will play long into the night. It seems to have a very high tolerance for the cold. Alright guys, I hope these designs put you in the festive holiday mood. If they did, get out your pens, your styluses, your paintbrushes, and start creating your own festive Pokemon designs. Submit them to the Festive Fakemon channel on our Discord server before December 20th for a chance to be featured in our fan submissions video. The only rule for this challenge is that you remain respectful and inclusive of all holiday traditions. With that in mind, happy holidays everyone, I hope you all are staying safe, and we'll see you in the next video.